Hi guys, Marcus Ty here with news of my new journal series of gold making guides about to be released in the coming few days. Now, if you struggle to make gold or even pay your bar bill at the Pig and Whistle Stormwind, then these guides are for you. Over the 10 years I've been playing Warcraft, I've helped literally thousands of players make gold and helped many a player get to their first million gold in Warcraft. If you listen to the JMT podcast, you will have probably heard us talk about the 5 main reasons many players, even experienced players, struggle to make gold. My new series of guides tackles each of these problems and gets players making gold fast and efficiently. So let's look at reason number 1. Never learning to play the auction house. Even the most experienced players struggle to make gold if they don't play the auction house as part of their normal gameplay. If they do turn up after raiding or a dungeon run, they're happy to simply throw up their gear or mats before logging off. Now, you'll never get to your first million gold in Warcraft if you rarely turn up to the auction house or simply throw up your gear or mats without some thought to the process. Nope, these players are regularly throwing away thousands of gold at every gameplay. To make gold consistently in Warcraft, you must take time to learn how to play the auction house, even if it's only 15 or 20 minutes a session. And you have to learn to trade like a goblin. Now, the second main reason is really not selling items which are in demand. Many players fail to maximise their professions or simply craft and list gear that is not in demand or doesn't make a profit. Now, you see this all the time, players dumping crafted items on the auction house for less than it costs to craft and that nobody wants. They're losing money on 2 fronts, the loss on their crafted gear and the auction house fees. Yes, it really does cost money to list items on the auction house. To make gold from your professions, you must be able to identify those items that are in demand and to craft them for a profit. Now, the third reason is not keeping their eye on costs. For those players that love to craft and try to sell their gear on the auction house, they often find that they're probably trading at a loss owing to the cost of their materials needed to craft the items. They simply can't craft their gear cheap enough to compete with other players on the auction house selling the same type of gear. To make a profit from crafted gear means learning how to search out cheap mats on the auction house using automated tools like Trade Skill Master. TSM is key to helping you craft profitable items. Cheap mats means more competitive gear, means more sales and less expired auctions. Now, the fourth reason is really to do with undercutting. Many players seem determined to price their gear and mats at any cost, regardless of whether it's profitable to do so. They lose thousands of gold every gameplay trying to compete on the auction house by constantly undercutting their competitors. They try to own the competition. Now, if their listings do sell, it's often at a loss. The problem, well, it boils down to not knowing how to play the auction house and to deal with competition. It also means they're probably not correctly pricing their listings to avoid making a loss. Reason number 5 boils down to poor gold making efficiency. Players often give up trying to make gold because they find it too time consuming. They don't have the time. This is really an efficiency issue. They don't have the time to scan the auction house on a regular basis for their pricing, or they don't have time to search for cheap gear or mats, or they don't have time to work out what to craft because it takes too long. and they often spend hours trying to work out how to configure complex add-ons like TSM by jumping from one blog post to the next. Badly configured add-ons are probably the main reasons players can't make gold. They become add-ons of gold destruction. The solution. Well, the solution is easy. It's the reason I created the journal series of gold making guides. Now there are 4 main guides in the series. The first is Auction House Secrets. This teaches you how to play the auction house and to leave your competitors standing. It teaches you how to time your auctions and to shift your gear for maximum profit. There are also add-on techniques to help you list and price your gear efficiently. The second guide in the series is the Professions Guide. This guide shows you step by step how to master the gold making techniques of each of the primary professions. It also explains the super combo of professions used by the pro players to shuffle material between alts and to amass their gold. It covers the gold making professions in all expansions, including Warlords of Draenor. Next is my guide dedicated to Trade Skill Master. In this guide I cover the power of TSM used by the pro gold makers. In this guide you'll learn techniques to deep dive your server for items to flip for massive profit. I'll show you how to automate the buying and selling of your items to coin in the gold in double quick time. There's also techniques to create a wide variety of shopping lists and to automatically farm your auction house for rare and undervalued gear and mats. Finally, there's my Garrison guide. This is a complete guide to Garrison gold making in the Warlords of Draenor expansion. Now in this guide I explain the gold making potential of each of the Garrison buildings and the strategies to optimize the flow of material between buildings and the professions. So watch this space, the guide's coming soon.